for NAFA this year. This award will recognize a current NAFA member who shows exemplary service to their profession, colleagues, and clients through their political advocacy and contributions to IFAPAC. Robert Miller, will you please join me on stage? Robert is one of NAFA's 2 IFAPAC co-commanders with lifetime contributions of more than $100,000. The other co-commander is the namesake of this award, Terry Headley. I'm going to turn the stage over to Robert Miller.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Tom. That was some speech, hell of a speech. A hand for Tom. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight and to the new board. I hope you have a great year and work hard for NAFA. I am up here today to present the Terry Headley Defender Award. Before I start and talk about Terry a little bit, I want to have everybody in this room, I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you pray. I don't care if you do it telepathically. I want you to think about Terry and Juanetta, who are back in Nebraska. I think everybody knows why they can't be here tonight. And I want you to send the best wishes that you can possibly humanly muster out to Omaha, Nebraska, to my great friend, Terry Headley, to you guys watching out there. They're watching us live. We made sure of that. I thought about what to say in terms of speaking of Terry. And I think everybody here, most people here know him as a wonderful person. He always has a smile and a hug. He's friendly, he's quick to give advice. But what really makes a normal, regular guy be so extraordinary at certain things? And I think it all comes down to, you have to feel it in your bones. You have to believe it. It has to really infect your soul. In order to have that kind of belief, you have to think deeply about where you are, what you want to do. And Terry had that when it came to the IFAPAC, and he had that when it came to speaking to legislators. I mean, and nothing stopped him. I saw Terry march onto the Hill, literally passing a kidney stone. Sorry, Terry, the secrets are going to come out tonight. I mean, I would wake up Terry at 3 in the morning because I had to discuss something with him, and he was always there. Poor Juanetta had to suffer through this relationship for many years. But the thing that compels somebody to be so extraordinarily is pretty undefinable in many ways. And Terry reached for the stars, and he achieved what he wanted to. And he would travel anywhere in the Federation to speak about the PAC. He probably brought more new members into this association by talking about political action, political activity. And he is really, I mean, I've gotten some accolades today, but he is, in my opinion, Terry is and will always be the king of IFAPAC for NAFA. Terry. Yes, he deserves it. Please, for Terry. Terry, you were loved here, and don't ever forget that, my friend. Juanetta, you too. It's really great that you're joining us. Anyway, so today's honoree of the first ever Terry Headley Defenders Award is another person that is exceptional in what he stood for. Robert Roach, CLU, CHFC, AEP, has also been a giant. In fact, in the antediluvian time of the early 2000s, Bob and I served on the board together. We both can barely remember those days now, but they were there. He's another person. He has followed in the mold of Terry Headley. He was a champion on the Hill. I lost my notes for Bob. Bob, I'm sorry to do this to you. He was a rep. Well, I kind of know it anyway. One of his great friends was John Kasich. I think you were his agent, right? Yep. and they got to be great friends. Bob brought John to a NAIF meeting along, was it NALU then or NAIF? I don't remember. But he brought him to a meeting. He's also been a representative for T-Berry, right? Yep. And also Jim Jordan in Ohio. And who's the fourth? Deborah Price. So he's also a substantial contributor to the IFAPAC. I think he's pushing 100,000 too. So he's going to catch Terry and I pretty soon. It is a great honor to be the first recipient of this award. And I know Terry is very proud that Bob is the first recipient of the award. So without further ado, I'd like to bring Robert Roach out here, CLU, CHFP, AEP, to be the first ever Terry Headley Defender Award winner.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is quite an honor. I learned about this a couple of weeks ago on a Zoom call, and I was totally blown away. And when I heard, the award, the name of the award, it brought tears to my eyes, simply because I have so much respect for Terry Headley, and to be the recipient of the first award in his name really is very, very meaningful to me. And as has already been said by Robert, Terry's a giant. Terry was and probably always will be, Mr. Pack and Mr. Pick, as far as I'm concerned. And those of you who don't know what PIC is, it's Political Involvement Committee. And Terry has been preaching that gospel of political involvement and political action for many years. And so to have this honor is very touching to me. Terry has had for a long time a real passion, and he speaks with conviction, and he speaks from his heart. And, much as we've heard, from Tom and other leaders, I think that's one of the unique things about NAIFA is that people are involved because they love it, because they love our association. They love their clients. And I'm only pulling out my glasses, so I don't want to forget. There were a couple points that I'd like to make. I got involved in NAIFA many, many years ago when a friend of mine, somebody from my own agency, Bob Forker, was elected president of then NALU. And I had the good fortune of working on his campaign. The convention that year was at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. And that was my first experience in NAIFA National. And I thought, man, this association is really cool. I want to be part of this. And it really, when I got back to Columbus, some of the local officers said, hey, Roach, you can go to Miami, then you can serve on this committee and you can serve on that committee. And that got me started, 46, 47 years ago, really getting involved at the grassroots level. And so I think probably the whole thing of being a large, having the amount of contributions that I've been able to give to the PAC has been, and I want to really push this out there because it really has to do with the fact that when I first joined and was asked to make a donation to the Political Action Committee, they said, this is your career insurance. Look at it like a premium. You're paying a premium for your insurance. And I think it started at that time at $15 a month or $16 a month. And that got me used to making that contribution. And I would just encourage all of you who aren't making contributions on a monthly basis to do so, because once you start making that contribution for your career insurance, it becomes pretty easy. And I also would say that when you're making a financial commitment to something like our association and our PAC, it makes you more of a believer so you can tell other people about it. So anyway, I'm flattered and I'm honored. And Terry and Winetta, I'm sorry you can't be here with us. You're in our hearts and you're in our prayers. And we miss you and we wish you the best. But thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Take a picture. Congratulations.
Robert Roach.